know I'm going to alienate and offend some of you if you watch this video all the way through. First off, I'm sorry for the different studio here today. My daughter is sick, so I'm at my parents' house. They're helping me out a little bit. But I keep having people ask me, how can I keep from getting in another toxic relationship? And there's actually a very simple way. No, I said simple, not easy. You can never change the other person. So the simplest way is to start by changing you. This can be intimidating. This can be hard. And a lot of the time, the victims and survivors will reject this because it can be really painful to take a hard look at yourself and to be really introspective. But basically, if you really want to grow beyond the cycle of your toxic relationships, you need to take accountability for what you have done in the relationship that has gotten you into it and kept you there. So whether that's that you give your power away too soon, you are so kind of desperate to be loved that you fall in love quickly, and then you make a lot of excuses and justify the other person's behavior when you really shouldn't. You don't speak up for your own needs. You don't set boundaries because you're afraid of hurting the other person or making them angry and possible, retaliation from them. These are all things that keep you in this cycle. And the only way to break it is to start with you. You need to make these behaviors unacceptable. You need to choose a higher love. You need to decide that you want more and that you're worth more. And this all starts with you. I know in the movies you see there's, a heroine who, isn't perfect, or she's struggling, or she's suffering, and then, the hero comes in and takes her under his wing and everything's better because they have each other. That's not gonna last. It's not going to last if you don't believe that you deserve it. And if your self-talk is really negative, if you're really hard on yourself, you're actually going to block that sort of relationship from coming. You may get into a good one for a little bit, but ultimately you will feel really uncomfortable in it because you're used to the abuse. And so then we end up acting in ways where we self-sabotage. And this can lead to a lot of stories about the one that got away. So when you're in that spot, you can always tell yourself, I'm making this familiar. I'm making this comfortable. And that's for when you're starting to be in a healthy relationship. The first thing you need to do is some serious introspection. And it can help a lot to journal this sort of thing. Me, I hate writing, I hate journaling, but let me tell you, that is when I have learned the most about myself. Especially because sometimes you can be surprised. If you're just answering a question, following a prompt, or once your thoughts just get flowing, you might be surprised at what you write down, and you can learn a lot about yourself from doing that activity. So, if you are feeling super duper brave, I would highly suggest journaling. Write about what do you do that allows you to stay in these relationships. What behaviors do you engage in or not engage in that gets you involved with this type of person? And then also, I want you to journal and ask, what is it costing you to repeat these patterns? What is it costing you to stay in these relationships? And then I want you to future pace. What will your life look like 3 years from now, 5 years from now, if you do absolutely nothing, if you don't make any changes? And then go ahead and future pace in the opposite direction. What will your life look like 3 years from now and 5 years from now if you decide to take a stand for yourself and realize that you do deserve more, that you deserve everything, and at the very least, you deserve a partner who treats you with love and respect? So let me know how it goes. I'd love to hear your progress.